What's going on, everybody?
We're Embrace the Globe 21.
Yes, we are.
My name is Spencer.
And I'm Daniel.
And look, we are part 4 of Filipinos who make Pinoys proud. We have gotten to the last one of Casual Chuck's compilation here. And yes, we have heard that he's going to make a part 5. Don't know when it's going to come out. We're not holding our breath, but... You know, we'll probably be on top of it when it does come out.
Yeah, for sure, because these have been mind-blowing.
Yeah.
This whole journey has been mind-blowing. So it's so cool. I wish a lot of other people took this guy's lead and do something like this for their own country.
Because A, it's been mind-blowing to see who is on these lists, and B, Filipino folk are coming out for it.
Hey.
You're showing up.
And as long as you guys are here for it, we're here for it. That's how it works.
Exactly. You show up, we keep churning it out. So
there you go.
Enough talk. Are you ready there?
Ooh, I'm ready. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
More and more foreigners are moving to the Philippines, not because of the affordable cost of living, the beautiful culture, or the scenery.
Men that are so fed up with Western women because we're all apparently so woke and so terrible and Western women don't want to be wives, that they are now going to other countries to find wives.
Like which countries?
Like Southeast Asia, they're going to the Philippines, the Dominican Republic.
So it's like the opposite of the mail order bride.
And so a lot of these men get remote jobs. And so they go there and they live in these countries and then they meet these women. And then women in the Western world, specifically the United States, are so pissed off about it. And they're like, you're going to all these countries where these women don't even know how to speak English. They can't even read. They're so uneducated. And then the men film themselves with these women and show themselves on dates. And the women are so elegant and they're so well spoken and they're so traditional. And they're like, look at these women. They're so respectful and kind. And the Western women are, sitting on their, Fresh and Fit podcast or whatever podcasts, losing their mind over this.
When you pay attention to the passport bros, they're getting women from the DR, Colombia,
yes.
The Philippines, Thailand, women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education, women that
need them, women that need them.
Women are raised to be wives. Mm-hmm. They learn everything from birth, from their father, from their mother, how to be a wife and how to support your man.
Women that need them.
It's not even women that need them. It's women that treat them with respect.
So we don't.
Y'all know y'all don't.
I live in your country and I speak.
Yo. Yeah.
No lies have been detected so far.
None.
Yeah.
None.
And to be honest, it's the way Western women are seeing, women from the Philippines, Colombia, Dominican Republic, wherever. It's the attitude towards them is a bit racist, and it's a bit no different than white MAGA Trumplicans saying that immigrants need to get out of this country. It's really no different in my eyes.
Well, without bringing politics into it, because I tend to disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
But I will say this: our culture has demonized men.
Yeah.
This culture here has demonized men, where it should be a symbiotic relationship, symbiotic of respect, mutual respect.
Mm-hmm.
And so we lost the respect completely here, and that's our faults as a brand, as a man. And
right.
I'm like, why is that infuriating people? Learn
learn
your lesson.
For most men, a great majority of them, 99% of them, the straight men, they don't care how much you've gone up the corporate ladder and how much you make. It's are you going to be a good companion? Are you going to be a good mother to my children? And are you going to bring peace into my life? That's it right there.
Yeah, that's what it is. I feel like this is a whole sociology opening, but I mean, it's very important to say that it's it's terrible that it is terrible. It is terrible, but it's not terrible. I understand. You have different cultures around the globe that everyone's raised with traditional values, right? And it's a tried and true method for a long, long time. And so it's I would say straight men out here shouldn't be ashamed to be straight men out here.
Right. It's nothing wrong with that.
No, and it's stop victimizing us.
Right.
For being straight men. So it's
fuck? And I didn't mean to say it's just the people on the right wing of the country that are, America Central
Oh, yeah.
first. It's just
No.
as much on the left as well.
It's just the men as a whole. We've been attacked.
We have been.
It's like we gotta go. We gotta go somewhere else.
We'll go where we're appreciated and respected, and
100%. 100%.
yeah, and it's starting to not be the United States.
Dude, truth. And that's my thing. It's like, and well, granted, big asterisk here. You have to be a respectable man to be respected.
Right. Have all your ducks in a row.
I'm not saying all that we send abroad are just upstanding citizens.
No, we're not.
I'm not saying that.
We're definitely not. Like, yeah, definitely take a shower every now and again, and be sure you have a career that is taking someone who's able to provide for a bit.
But I would say this, for the most part, if you're going to go over there to find, let's say, to find love, right? 99%, or at least a high percentage of men that go over there to find love end up getting married. The only way you get married is if you're serious.
Right.
So,
not being an F boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're not just trying to F around globally. Like, usually they end up in a marriage or some sort of something that leads to marriage or something like that. So
yeah,
no lie has been told.
Yeah.
No lie has been told. And I'll tell you this much, even though people go over there are things out there that are how do I say this?
Go ahead.
Okay. They will let you know when you mess up. There will be a flip-flop, a sandal, something headed at your face at Mach speeds if you mess up.
Right. And that is worse than just opening up your phone and recording a TikTok about how all men are trash.
Yeah. So that's I would say the women I've met abroad have been very fiery. Very, very good at the pros and cons, right, of being fiery. So it is. I see it. I'm just saying, no lie has been told yet.
Yeah, and I will lean on you heavily when I do book my tickets to those countries, because that's the era I'm in.
Hey, there you go. All right.
Oh, well, a minute and a half, and we've already been talking so long about this. Get ready for it, guys and girls, and everyone in between. Let's go.
Speak 2 languages, Tagalog and English. You live here. How many do you speak? 1? You're stupid.
Well, let's be nice. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
Do you think it is a prerequisite to speak the English language in being Miss Universe?
No, of course not. A Miss Universe is just someone who communicates her thoughts effectively and is able to connect to people. And just like in music, you don't need to understand.
Hey guys! So, totoo bang may actor na nanligaw sa'yo?
Yeah, but I said no.
Bakit?
Hey, yung athlete!
Didn't work out then.
Bakit? Ooh, what about the model?
Nope. Long story.
Bakit?
This is Kelsey Merritt. She was born and raised in...
Okay, before we get to this actress here, what beer is that?
It looks like a Bud Light, but...
Yeah, or Corona, but like is it the Philippine equivalent of that?
I would assume so. If someone handed me that, I'm like, oh, got it. Looks like it. Probably tastes like it. Is it? So
yeah. Let us know.
This is Kelsey Merritt. She was born and raised in Angeles City, Pampanga, to a Filipina mother and an American soldier. A pretty good example of a passport bro.
Nice.
As a teenager, Kelsey always wanted to be a model. She was so passionate about it that while studying in high school, she was already auditioning for various modeling gigs. Judging by this early footage, it clearly showed that her potential was off the charts. Despite her future being so bright though, Kelsey never forgot about her education because as early as 21 years old, she would graduate from Ateneo de Manila University with a degree in communications. After finishing her studies, she went headfirst into modeling. She focused on improving her craft and strived to be the best version of herself through rigorous amounts of training. And I think it paid off. She started appearing in different magazine covers, makeup, and clothing brands, and sometimes even worked with other famous celebrities like Liza Soberano and Bea Alonso, to name a few.
Nice.
And of course, even more commercials.
Hey girls! Working outside is so hot and sticky.
And that means frizzy hair.
Filipino models would have already been contented to achieve this kind of success. But in Kelsey's case, well, let's just say she wasn't just an ordinary Filipina, because right after graduating, she would make a vow to herself. And she did it in public. It must have taken her a lot of guts to do it. She was literally a dreamer. The Victoria's Secret fashion show was no joke. It was home to the most respected models in the entire world, so making it there is like reaching the promised land for any aspiring model. So in order to maximize her chances, she moved to New York and kept grinding. After just a little less than a year, she got the chance to audition for a spot in the 2018 Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Here we go. Great. Beautiful. Let's try a smile over there.
Did she make it?
You got the shot.
It turned out that she wasn't just a dreamer, but a woman of action. Her tweet back then, she totally backed it up. And boy, was it satisfying for her to announce it. It was a proud moment for her Pinoy fans for sure. Except, it wasn't for some of them.
Okay, before we get to the ones that are hating, hey, you gotta call your shot.
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't matter what your shot is, man. It doesn't matter what your shot is. Call it. You know what I mean? Like, I just hate that there are people that hate on it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever your shot is, there's people out there that are just meant to be speed bumps. They're just haters for no fucking reason.
Yeah,
and that's admirable. Whether or not you like the whole Victoria's Secret setup or not,
right,
you know,
right.
She had a goal. She hit it.
That goes back to the whole Pinoy work ethic.
Yep.
Is just, don't effing give up.
Yep. Set yourself a very high goal and do whatever it takes to hit it.
Yeah. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. I think that's the phrase.
Yeah. Or you die in space, as I say. So I tell my son, he's like, shoot for the moon. If you miss, you'll end up dead in space, floating for eternity.
We've got to unlearn that British attitude towards things. But then again, both of those countries have a lot of pride in themselves. Britain and Philippines, y'all should get to know each other sometime.
Yeah, right. A little bit.
All right, let's see who's hating on this on her.
Some fans criticized her looks because they thought it didn't represent the real beauty of a Filipina. These comments were obviously heartbreaking for Kelsey, and she couldn't help but respond to them. In her words, I was born and raised in Pampanga, Philippines. I finished my studies in Manila before going to the US last year. As far as I'm concerned, my blood is more Pinoy than the pure-blooded ones out there who have never been in the Philippines. I love my country and I'm proud of where I came from. Man, I gotta say that she handled her response so intelligently. So going back to the show, it underwent a lot of preparation. And when it was finally showtime, Kelsey Merritt did not disappoint. Do you realize how crazy this is? Kelsey literally walked among world-famous models such as Kendall, Gigi, Adriana, Candice, Bahari, and more. She herself couldn't even believe it happened. She She just made history by becoming the first ever Filipina to have walked the Victoria's Secret fashion show. And she wasn't even done yet, because after just a year, she also became the first model from the Philippines to be photographed for Sports Illustrated's annual swimsuit issue.
Man, that one right there, that swimsuit.
The Sports Illustrated didn't they discontinue that? They went offline, didn't they?
I think they did, yeah. But I remember,
Man, hey, every dude remembers the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. You guys know exactly. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we don't need to explain it any further. And if
No.
we did try to, we would get demonetized.
100%.
A feat that further cemented her rising status as the dual achievements from Victoria's Secret and Sports Illustrated is rarely accomplished by any model. Despite all the accolades, Kelsey continued to stay true to her roots. She stayed humble, and it's quite easy to observe the way she interacts with other people because she still speaks Tagalog and sometimes even her local language, Kapampangan.
Singkataras. Kasi ba dati may isang stereotype ng look ng model. So ngayon gusto nila iba-ibang look.
Flexible,
Diversity.
diverse. Ang galing yung mag-Tagalog, no?
Kala nyo kasi hindi ako marunong Tagalog.
Tsaka nagkakapampangan yan. Kunyari, ayain mo si Adriana Lima na kumain ng sisig in Kapampangan. Kausapin mo si Adriana Lima.
Oh, Adriana, Mangantana.
Sisig.
Sisig.
Ang taray.
So no matter what happens, I will always be proud of Kelsey Merritt despite of her being a target of some Pinoy bashers. Now, if you think Kelsey's bashers were rude, they're nothing compared to Poarch's.
Okay, before we get to that.
I've seen her face before. This one.
Okay.
He's on all the effing shorts.
Oh, okay. She's behind that. That's not in my shorts feed, so
got it.
But I guess from how long we've been doing this between this channel and ETS, we get online hate. You just learn to tune it out, and you realize that most people that are spewing that hate need to clean the Cheeto dust off their keyboard.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's understandable though. It's very understandable. The hate, I get it. It's just whatever. It's going to exist out there, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Once in a while when it does rear its head, it's there's probably hate in our comment sections right now as we're talking.
Yeah, at least one person.
At least one person. And that's fine. You're loved too by someone, and I hope so.
Yeah.
It's just not our fault. It's not our fault. We're doing us. You guys do you, and when we do this thing together. So
yeah, and sometimes you don't even realize that putting that hate comment down does help the video.
Yeah.
So we're laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it helps the algorithm. So
It does.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about Bella Poarch here.
Poarch.
Because not only some of her own people hated her, but also Jesus himself. It was so bad that even content creators made negative videos.
Wait, what?
First, Jesus Christ, and then I stopped it on Illuminati. What are we doing, man?
Dude, we've gone too far as humans go.
Yeah.
We've reached our limit. I don't know where else we go from here.
I don't know, man.
God.
I just don't know.
Videos about her.
I don't even question who gets famous on TikTok.
It's just her making faces. Oh, look, she did I think.
God damn it! I'm sick of seeing her face.
I don't understand why this is big.
Bella Backyard over here contorting her features to be all cutesy-like gives me the rage to take down the Chinese government from the inside.
And she just gets so much hate because her videos are like low effort or whatever. People's like, oh, you're so talentless, you don't deserve all this fame.
But is that all there is to it? Is Bella just some random Filipino girl without any talent who got lucky enough to have TikTok's algorithm on her side? To answer those questions, I did some research and found out that there's more than meets the eye. Bella's real name is Denari Bautista Taylor. She was born and raised in Pangasinan, Philippines. She didn't know her Filipino parents because after her birth, her grandmother took care of her until the age of 3 and was then adopted by an American veteran and a Filipino stepmom. At age 7, when she became capable of doing chores, her abusive stepdad would make her clean their farm as early as 3 in the morning, while her older stepsisters got to do whatever they wanted. It's like a Cinderella story, to be honest. Her stepdad would abuse her physically and verbally.
My nickname was like stupid growing up. I have to clean up real good because if I don't, then my stepdad would get mad at me and he'd be like, oh, you're not eating breakfast if you don't get this done. I went to school one time with a swollen hand on my right hand and it was like bleeding and I tried to like stop the bleeding before I got to school.
When Bella turned 13, karma would do its work as her stepdad had to fly the family to the US for the need of bypass surgery. Due to his condition, Bella no longer experienced physical abuse, but the emotional maltreatment still persisted. At age 17, Bella had enough, so she decided to join the US Navy to get away. After boot camp, she was given the role of an aviation ordnance man. She was basically responsible for the maintenance of guns, bombs, torpedoes, rockets, and missiles. Man, the job sounds very dangerous, but you can't deny that it sounds badass too. After 4 years in service, she decided to call it quits, and now we're all caught up. Bella Poarch became famous for lip-syncing to the song M to the B, which produced the most liked TikTok ever. People liked it at first, but as she continued uploading similar videos, some critics started noticing her little to non-existing effort in said videos. They couldn't wrap their heads around how she was getting all the success in just a short period of time. In her first 12 months, she casually racked up 60 million followers. That's basically 5 million followers per month, or 165,000 followers per day.
I know you don't mess with TikTok too much, but this is completely normal.
Those numbers are completely normal?
I mean, for content like that. I mean,
Got it.
Yeah.
It's
the more effort you put into TikTok, the less you get out of it. The more low effort stuff is what gets you.
You know, and can I feel like I speak for both of us here. I want to pull out a tiny miniature soapbox because we need this video to be 2 hours long.
Go ahead.
Like, I hate that. I feel like if original content was pushed more, there would be less of these kind of videos.
Yeah.
If original content was massively viewed, right? Then it would spark that creator inside of creators.
Right, to actually put something out that's worthwhile and isn't forgotten, 3 seconds after it's viewed.
And that's anyway. That there's a whole rant I want to go on this, but for the sake of time, yes, that's my 2 cents.
All I will say is, if you would like to help turn that tide, my 3 TikTok accounts are linked down in the description, including the Embrace the Suck TikTok account.
Oh my God, it is. Yes, we do have those things. You should support original content. What?
Yeah. I have a music one, a food one, and then just shorts that go on in our main channel, Embrace the Suck, before they go on.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
To think that we also have this option or opportunity to get this big. It's nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's so insane that her number of followers today is even more than the population of Canada and Australia combined. Despite all the criticism, she stayed silent. But not until May 14, 2021, when she decided to silence them.
Welcome to Matchmade, home of the perfect woman. Come on in and design the girl of your dreams.
This ain't build a bitch. You don't get to pick and choose.
Bella's debut as an artist became the biggest music debut ever in YouTube history. She then started sharing her story through podcasts and made sure that she also showcased her talent.
This ain't build a bitch. You don't get to pick and choose. Differ as in bigger boobs. If my eyes are brown or blue.
Okay, so that's where that came from. Now I know.
Cool.
The backstory is of build a bitch or something.
Hey, genius idea. Rack up the haters, rack up the followers, and drop a song.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. That's
Genius.
how it's done these days.
Genius.
See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me.
No way.
No one knows how far it goes. Seems like everybody's got a price. I wonder how they sleep at night.
Oh.
The cell comes first and the truth comes second. Stop for a minute and smile. Nobody says it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard.
This is...
Oh, take me back to the start.
At this point, I'm not even surprised anymore because
Wow, that was some good song association right there.
Okay, because I was like, wait, she didn't write those. I was like, oh, got it. Took me a little bit to get on board because it started with her original song, and then I was like, what? Okay, I'm tracking now.
Mm-hmm. Now we're getting it.
You know how it is with Filipinos. We love karaoke and Bella eats it for breakfast. To this day, Bella Poarch is still active in TikTok on her music career. She released more bangers such as Inferno, Living Hell, Dolls, and recently Crush. What I like about Bella is she's a loud and proud Filipina. She speaks 3 different Filipino languages and she doesn't even hide it in her live streams and interviews.
Pa,
Ba,
o, ni, nam. Pauninam.
Anong kinain mo kanina?
Oh, siya? Nanganak lang tiyo dagiti ilakla ko dejo gayem ko nga tako. Tas inikan ka, naimas niya.
Naimas mo. It's more fun in the Philippines.
I just want to say na mahal ko talaga ang Pilipinas. And for me to represent the Philippines is crazy because I'm sorry, I'm like very emotional. You know,
okay.
Filipinos are very emotional.
You make us proud.
For me, her contribution alone to put the Philippines on the map is more than enough to be proud of.
That's awesome.
While Kelsey...
Man, still killing it, still slaying it, still representing Philippines really well. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Love that.
Hell yeah, man.
And let us know, because karaoke, it's been a thing that's come up all the time in these Philippine videos.
Yes.
Where, because I said earlier in the video that one day I'm going to book a ticket and go to the Philippines. Where can I find fun karaoke where you live? And why is it better than the other places where you can find karaoke? Put that down below.
Yes. Defend your response.
Yes. It's like we asked our British friends, where is your pub of choice, and why is it better than the others? We want the same thing when it comes to karaoke bars from y'all.
Definitely.
And Bella experienced haters, this Filipina experienced far greater dangers.
Pulling to the inside, Bustamante into turn 1, but she's collected by Handa Alcabasi, who gets her breaking wrong. And unfortunately, Bustamante is there to stop her.
This time, it's Bianca Bustamante's turn. Seriously though, what is up with this Bustamante bloodline? Why do they always end up on
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
That's the Salt Poppy and Django. Yes.
Wait, Django.
That middle one we haven't checked out, but I think the Salt Poppy we did in like 2 or 3. I can't remember.
What? Okay, I'm here for it.
All right.
these lists. Anyway, Bianca was born and raised in Laguna, Philippines. Ever since she was a toddler, she was pretty much exposed to the sport of racing because her dad was a kart racer. At the age of 6, she was already competing. She competed against boys most of the time and still won, so she gradually accumulated more than 100 trophies by the time she turned 17.
Wow.
Due to the amount of training and experience at such a very young age, she qualified to compete in the W Series, an international all-female racing championship that is known as a stepping stone to make it in Formula 1. Sadly though, Bianca didn't win, but she performed well enough to earn a spot in the Formula 1 Academy. Despite being only 18, it didn't take her very long to bag her first F1 Academy win, which happened in the very challenging racetrack in Valencia, Spain.
It's a good start by Bianca Bustamante. Bianca Bustamante. Bustamante has to take a defensive line coming into turn. Bianca Bustamante runs off wide into the gravel, manages to get back onto the track though. But that allows Bula and Handa Alcabasi to close right in on her. Can Bianca Bustamante hold on? It will be Bustamante who crosses the line first to win her first F1 Academy race. The Filipino racer, Bianca Bustamante, celebrates. What a start to her.
Hey, you've sold me now. Now there's Bianca Bustamante.
Hey.
And rising up the ranks of F1, you've got me sold now.
What is this F1 Academy? I am so intrigued right now because we're gonna get you in there.
Yeah, right. I mean, I could go for the NASCAR Next thing, but I'm too old for that. It's more for teenagers and you know that
very young 20s.
Yeah, very young 20s.
Oh
Things
man,
like
okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
Hell
but
yeah.
good. Hey, that rounded it out for me. That there's someone in motorsport from the Philippines that's making it happen over there.
That's our first one, right? That's our first one in motorsports.
First, one with motorsport. Yeah.
Wow.
F1 Academy Championship.
This victory made her the very first Filipino to win an international race in a league that is directly associated with Formula One. As she stood at the top of that podium, Bianca couldn't help but lose it when our national anthem started playing.
It was an amazing feeling, my first ever race win, and the national anthem was from Philippines was played in the podium, and that just got me crying. It hasn't been played for a very long time, so I'm very thankful for it.
Sheesh, these moments always get me. 2 months later, she would bag another win in Monza, Italy while experiencing some very dangerous crashes.
As they make their way to the first braking zone of the year, and there's a huge shunt to the back. It's Chloe Grant in the ART car, upside down. It's actually Amna Alcabasi she hits in the MP Motorsport car, then Bustamante. And I think Schreiner, another innocent victim there from her teammate in front as well. Flames out the back. Scary. Bianca Bustamante out in front. Disaster once again for Amda. So she just brakes a little bit too late. And unfortunately, Bustamante is there to stop her. It's Bustamante who's just going to get in front of Carrie Schreiner. Bianca Bustamante almost forced into the grass by pulling. It's respectful racing. Bustamante crosses the line to take her second win in F1 Academy. The Prema team celebrate with smiles all round, and a job well done for Bianca Bustamante.
When I went on top of the podium, I heard them chanting my name, and really that just got me crying again. To hear the anthem played and the Italian fans cheering me on, I just felt right at home.
I've always been so proud of being Filipino, and even though sa mundo ng motorsport hindi ito ganun kasikat or wala masyadong madaming Filipinong karerista, I'm still so proud of it.
Jeez, this girl is really out there risking her life for her passion while representing her country. As of the making of this video, the current F1 Academy season is still ongoing, and Bianca Bustamante is currently sitting at rank number 7 out of 15 drivers. Not bad at all for a rookie. And her team Prema Racing is the second best team so far, trailing only by 21 points, so they definitely still have a chance to win it all. And speaking—
Wow, that's when was this made? 5 months ago, September 2023. It is the 2024 of February when we're recording this. So let us know how she did. I mean, I guess we could look it up later, but It's one, another great Filipina doing her thing in the motor racing world, and two, all female a racing league for F1.
It's
like
genius.
That blows my mind right there.
That's genius.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, we're not yet in NASCAR. We don't have enough to justify a all-female series yet. I mean, we've had people like Haley Deegan, Natalie Decker, and Tony Berenger making moves up through the Xfinity Series and Truck Series.
Wasn't Danica Patrick?
Yeah,
Wasn't she the first one?
Well, she was the first one to sit on to qualify first for a race and lead the Daytona 500 under green, but she really didn't do much. Her best first finish was like 6th place a couple of times.
But that was her, right? The first woman in NASCAR?
Yeah. Well, not the first woman in NASCAR, period.
No?
There have been a few others, like Janet Guthrie has led the Daytona 500 under
caution. Oh,
caution.
yeah. No, I'm talking about like
Robinson.
time-wise. Who was the first to be on that in the national spotlight as female and then NASCAR? Was it Danica?
Pretty much Danica was the first to gain national attention.
Got it.
From it.
Okay.
And yeah.
But that's cool though. That's cool. That's really cool that they have a female league. I didn't know anything about this side of F1. I didn't know they had like a miniature camp. And then not just that, they also have a woman's section to it, which is pretty cool too.
Yeah, I had no idea that myself, despite the fact we've done a lot of digging on F1 on our main channel ETS21.
Yes.
But this is new information to us.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of winning, how about winning the heart of the Hollywood's biggest movie star back then, Steve McQueen? Yep, I'm not even kidding. Meet Neile Adams. Her real name is Ruby Neelam Salvador Arrastia. She was born and raised in Manila in 1932. She's the child of a popular performer, Carmen Salvador, and Jose Pepe Arrastia, who was known as the son of one of the most prominent hacienderos in Lubao, Pampanga. She barely knew her dad because she grew up under her mom's care. She would bring her to live performances, so it was natural for her to want to follow in her mom's footsteps. Before she became a teenager, her mom would start performing in the US, and unfortunately, this was also around the time when World War II broke out. When the Japanese attacked Manila in December 1941, her mom couldn't go back, so she was left under the care of her relatives. As the war continued, the Japanese started occupying the Philippines. Guerrilla groups started emerging. One of them was the Philippines' resistance against the Japanese. They were famously known as Hukbalahap, a group of peasant farmers that were originally formed to fight the Japanese but later rebelled against the government because they didn't like the terms of the alliance between the Philippines and the US. Then, the craziest thing happened. As a teenager, Neile became a spy for the resistance. She carried messages and intel between guerrilla groups. This went on for months until she got caught and incarcerated by the Japanese for 18 months. She was also reportedly wounded by shrapnel on one of her legs from a nearby explosion during that time. In 1948, Neile's mom finally was able to return home and immediately moved her to the US, where she would finish her studies in the art of performing at the Katharine Dunham School of Dance in New York. In 1953, she was cast as a dancer in a musical called Kismet and worked her way up to become the lead dancer of the show. Due to her ambiguous beauty and exceptional stage presence, she was offered one of the lead roles in the show called The Pajama Game.
Who's that? That's Neile Adams. What does she do? What does she do? Man!
I'm a hustling news gal who's got the blues. If you want some scandal, know what I mean? Lift up the pages and look between. One has the headlines, two's got the news, 5, 6, and 7's got the latest in sports. About jacket, not on the front page, you find it on the back.
While rehearsing for the show, she bumped into Steve McQueen.
So? You should have that brandy after breakfast, not before. Why? Listen, I don't mean to overstep myself, but would you like to join me in a pot of coffee?
The rest was history. Her name then became big in the Broadway scene, and she also appeared in over 20 films and TV series between 1952 and 1991.
I want to do something daring.
Neil and Steve had 2 kids, and one of their grandchildren is Stephen R. McQueen, who is popularly known as Jeremy of Vampire Diaries.
Oh, wow. Okay, everything up until that I had not heard of. So, but hey, a great part of classic Hollywood right there.
Well, Steve McQueen, like that's
And
crazy.
Steve McQueen, yeah, a legend of Hollywood.
Yeah, we just recently checked him out on The Great Escape, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I got it, man. I love when this thing of ours comes together and we start getting references that can cross over.
Yeah. We're connecting all the dots here, and get to know that Steve McQueen's wife was a Pinoy.
There you go.
Or still is. I don't know if she's still alive. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Nice shot. From just a young Filipino girl who cared for her country to becoming a big Broadway star and celebrity, Neile Adams is definitely proof that Filipinos can excel in many different fields. And one of those fields is beauty pageants. You see, the competitive spirit will always be there for Filipinos, but pageants for us, it's not a competition. It's an obsession.
Miss Universe!
Oh God.
I think in this country we're in dire need of heroes. It made people realize that somebody who comes from a far-flung area in the Philippines can probably stand a chance of making it with the rest of the world.
Wow, that is something I just will never understand, is beauty pageants being that big of a deal.
Well, I don't think it's the beauty pageant aspect of it all. I think that it's one of these like it's world recognition, right?
Yeah.
And that's what the guy just mentioned, like they're in need of like the heroes. They're in need of those, and when they get it, it's a massive win.
Yeah, like someone who didn't have as many advantages growing up could make it in one of these.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's
like
what's
underdog.
making me start to understand it a bit more.
Yeah. And I like that, and I get that because I feel like you can interchange beauty pageant with that guy that had the record for the billiards, right? Like that guy, and insert anyone we've checked out, insert that, and it's just like I get it. I love it. When you guys win, it's massive, and
it's a big ass deal.
And there's a lot more training and dedication that goes into it than one would expect.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's admirable, to say the least.
So something I guess I could compare it to, and I'm just thinking about this, is why, particularly in the South of the United States, singing competitions like American Idol, The Voice, are such a huge deal down here. It's because a zero can go to hero with their voice. Like people like Carrie Underwood, Kelly Clarkson, heck, Morgan Wallen was on The Voice. So that, I guess that is kind of the equivalent of beauty pageants and other competition type things in the Philippines.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah,
Because I mean, to be honest, let's say from like up north and you hear Southern, like you just don't. It's different. You know, there is that kind of unspoken thing that you just expect, right? And someone with, let's say, their Southern-esque voice and that draw and stuff can excel and be on that stage with others from like New York. That it's like it's different. It's like holy crap, it's one of our own up there.
Yeah, it's often viewed. We're often viewed down south as like lesser, like we're dumb and we're not intelligent, and we're just gonna work in the factory for the rest of our lives and never go out of our small town. Yet that's our guy on there. That's our girl on there. That's something that I didn't make that comparison until just now.
I like that, man. I like that. No, it's actually that's a very, very, very valid comparison.
Oh yeah,
that's a very valid comparison.
Just pulled that up my butt.
Yep, there you go, man.
We bagged our first Miss Universe titles back in 1969 with Gloria Diaz.
The first runner-up is Miss Finland. Miss Philippines is Miss Universe of 1969. Congratulations, Miss Philippines. Martha, will you step in and sit down there, please? There we are.
And in 1973 with Margie Moran.
The first runner-up is Miss USA. Miss Philippines is Miss Universe.
But after that, we went on a 42-year drought.
Wow,
42 years? That's half a lifetime. And during those times, we really struggled.
I won't change my legs because I'm contented with my long-legged.
What would you rather be, beautiful or smart?
Well, quiet, please.
Went on a 12-year semi-final streak.
Maria Venus Rock, 22, Philippines. Shamsi Sup Sup, 25, Philippines. Janine Togonon, 23, Philippines. Ariela Aridal, Laguna, Philippines. Mary Jean Lastimosa, Philippines. Pia Alonzo Wurzbach, Philippines. Maria Marca Maxine Medina,
Philippines!
Catriona Marcaya Crane, Philippines!
This is Rabia Oxani Mateo, all the way from the Philippines.
Beatriz Luigi Gomez, Philippines!
Two of those runs made it all the way to the crown, but the road to getting there was very far from easy. During my research, I learned that Pia and Catriona also had their own fair share of crushing and devastating defeats.
Here we go.
Binibining Pilipinas 2013 runner-up is none other than Binibini 15, Pia A. Wurzbach.
Alright, what happened here?
Our Miss Universe Philippines 2014 is none other than Binibini number 25, Mary Jean Lastimosa.
And the winner of Miss World 2016 is Puerto Rico.
Kat, we love you. You are our Miss Universe.
We're so proud. We're so wonderful.
You did your best. You did your best, Kat. We love you.
But these Filipinas are just built differently.
Why should you be the next Miss Universe?
Okay, I think we're about to get into whatever year it was that Steve Harvey totally messed it up. I can't even remember who was the winner and who was the second place.
Was it Philippines won and he gave it to Colombia or something like that?
Or Brazil, I can't remember.
Brazil,
Might be
yeah.
Brazil or Colombia, I can't remember.
Oh,
it was
my
one of
goodness.
them. I'll just let it cook. I'll let it cook.
To be a Miss Universe is both an honor and a responsibility. If I were to be Miss Universe, I will use my voice to influence the youth, and I would raise awareness to certain causes like HIV awareness that is timely and relevant to my country, which is the Philippines. I want to show the world, the universe rather, that I am confidently beautiful with a heart. Thank you.
Miss Universe 2015 is Colombia. I have to apologize.
Oh my God.
Miss Universe 2015 is Philippines.
Oh, it's coming back now. It's coming back.
What?
While there was confusion in Pia's run, Catriona made sure there was no confusion as she made it so clear that she was the best candidate that night.
Okay, I'm sorry. Before we... I wasn't watching it, but the memes that came out of that were amazing.
Yeah. That stayed relevant so much longer. Like, I'm not saying I don't know how to dig myself out of that hole, but I'm just saying, like, it stayed that because of that snafu. Miss Universe stayed relevant, at least in my feed cycles, for that much longer.
Yeah,
because of it, which did the whole pageant justice.
Yeah, and I think Steve Harvey actually got the job for like the next couple of years. After that snafu,
well, the ratings probably went through the roof.
Yeah, and he actually made fun of himself for that, because I remember I was following him on Instagram at the time, and around Christmas, he put up a picture with the caption "Merry Easter, y'all."
Merry Easter. Oh God, I love it. I mean, there's nothing you can do. People mess up on the biggest stages sometimes.
Yeah. So. I have to apologize. It was on the card. I messed it up.
Yep. Oh my God.
I will live in infamy.
It has a C in it, and I thought it said Philippines. My bad. It doesn't. What are you talking about? Anyway. Oh God.
Heck, most fans even agree that she's the best Miss Universe ever.
Philippines is a former martial artist who earned her black belt at 12 years old. Now 24, this fashion model and singer has raised funds for various charities through benefit concerts held in the country and abroad. Philippines! Philippines proudly raised funds to purchase and renovate an old apartment building in Manila. This 24-year-old turned the building into the Young Focus Child Care Plus Center, a school offering free education to children. Philippines!
Because of their victories, the Philippines became one of the biggest beauty pageant dynasties in the entire world, with 4 titles behind USA's 9, Venezuela's 7, and Puerto Rico's 5, an achievement that we Filipinos should be proud of. Now I know that some people don't like this concept of Pinoy pride because they find it cringe or corny and all that. Well, someone has something to say about that.
The Philippines is home to very beautiful natural resources, from the beaches, the mountains, but I firmly believe that the best natural resource that the Philippines has is us Filipinos. We are the true heart and soul of the Philippines, with the way we are hospitable, with the warm smiles, and we are the reason why the world keeps coming back for more. No matter where the universe takes me, I will always be proud to call the Philippines my home, and no matter what happens, I will always be proud to call myself Pinoy.
Casual Chuck knocked it out the park again.
That was a good one, man. That was a good one, dude. Hey, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Everyone needs someone to root for, and especially in these let's say underrepresented sports or events, it's good to have representation out there, and people need to take pride in where they're from. That's a huge thing.
100%.
And I get it. I get the ethos. I get the mentality behind it. So I like this video.
This is probably one of the best conversations we've had about Filipino culture, Pinoy culture of all time. Number 4 is that's been my favorite one so far to discuss.
I think so too. I think this has been our most conversational video out there.
Conversational.
Thank you. We worked it out.
almost an hour long at this point.
Yeah,
the original video was half an hour long. We definitely stretched that one out. But hey, it's been a great conversation.
Hey, honestly, this is good.
And it's these 4 so far have really opened. I would like to say it's opened both of our eyes to this culture that is the Philippines. And
yes,
I can't wait to learn more. Go on this journey with y'all.
Oh hell yeah, it's gonna be a great journey, guys. For real, it has already been a great journey.
Yep, can't wait for more. Keep them coming down below. More videos to check out, and maybe we asked you to comment a lot of other things too.
Don't let us stop, guys.
Don't
keep
let us
commenting.
Stop.
Where else?
Yes, keep going. Let's keep this going. Anyway, thank you for watching. There's someone around to subscribe and watch another video. Links to our other YouTube channels and our TikTok channels down in the description below. What should they do after that, Dan the Man?
Unplug and do something epic, guys.
Yes, exactly. I'll see you in the next one.
Later, guys.
Fellas, we can be that mistake. Let's do this.